Hey guys, welcome back to this video. I have a special announcement in this video as well. It is the main topic of this video and I'm really excited to talk a bit more about this. But yeah, let's go into the video. So it's actually right now February the 1st when I'm recording this. So January has already passed and we have officially entered the resolution graveyard. This is the time where all those New Year resolutions and all this I will do that and all the promises and all the hopes are ending. The gym starts getting emptier, the books go back to their shelves and people go back to their old patterns which they were used to doing year after year. In my last video I explained a bit why this happens. We basically overcomplicate our resolutions and our I want to's. We basically set 12-month goals that feel like a second job almost. We want to change from 0 to 100 starting January the 1st. As soon as you don't hit one of them, you basically feel already like you are a 0. And after hitting then that first 0, you feel like, oh, you know what? It's fine. Tomorrow I'll hit another 0 and the day after again. And slowly but surely your streak fades away and you're back to the old patterns. In that last video I suggested as well a different way. What I've been doing since last year is committing to a 3-month horizon where you look 3 months ahead and say, okay, I would like to accomplish this, this and this. Make them measurable, make them time bound and make them personal to yourself so you feel like this is important to you and I want to reach this by the end of this next Q. And I also mentioned that I want to hit a never hit 0 rule, which means my streak never ends as long as I just do at least one little thing towards that big goal. If your big goal is going every day to the gym, if you don't feel like doing it today, or if you just are too tired, or if you actually got hurt or whatever, you have that usual excuse where you would say, oh, okay, never mind, I'll do it tomorrow. But then tomorrow you feel like, oh, I didn't do it yesterday, so my streak is actually already over. I don't want to start at 1 again, so let's actually stay at 0. Instead of that, what I'm saying is, I think it's easy enough to maybe just do 1 push-up, to do 1 squat, to go outside and do a walk around the house, whatever it is. Just do something related to that goal, even though it's not the one thing that you committed to, but do the bare minimum where it still counts as 1 rep so you don't lose the full streak. And that way you feel like you're still accomplishing something, even though it's not the big thing, but you're still doing something instead of nothing. And I do understand that it's hard. To be honest, I've used a lot of tools in the past, habit trackers, task managers, reminders, calendars, other management tools and apps and whatnot. There's been many of them, but I feel like there are so many that are not perfect. And obviously perfect is relative because maybe they're good for some people, not good for others. But in the end, the point is that those tools, if you use any tools, they should reduce the friction instead of maintaining it or even adding to the friction. So there are many of those tools that in the end want you to track this, want you to track that, want to count all the reps, want to count the minutes that you spent doing them, want to count how many glasses of water you drank over the whole day. So you have to remember logging it, you have to remember sticking to it, you have to remember more than you were supposed to remember before using it in the first place. So in the end, you require more work to stick to them than just actually doing the habit in the first place. One of my biggest problems actually that I never managed to stick to consistently is stretching. I do a lot of sports and usually I don't stretch enough, and so my muscles are tight and I am really not a flexible person, which is not good because I get injured because of it quite a lot. I've tried a bunch of tools that help you track that. It always felt like work, so in the end I basically ended up not doing it. My streak went back to 0 and was demotivated. So yeah, coming back to the last video, they were basically not clearing the ROM in my head. They were adding tasks to my ROM, and so it felt like extra work. I had to remember to do my new habit that I wanted to get used to, and then I also had to log everything in there. Also, many of them ask you to write how you feel afterwards, stuff like that. So it feels like a lot of work just to say, I've done it, I've stuck to it, and I did a good job. So since the beginning of this year, I felt like I should do my own app. And so I spent quite some time over the past few weeks building my own habit tracker, which I call NeverZero. I already mentioned it in the last video, but nothing too serious. Now that it is fully functional and I've been using it over all January, I felt like I can finally start sharing it, and I'm really excited to tell you more about it in this video. So guys, this is the app here. It's currently just on my phone because, as said, I built it just to solve my problems at the beginning, and I'm confident enough that if it could help me, it will hopefully also help anyone else out there that would like to stick more to new habits or to new goals that they want to start or whatever. In this app, I focused on one thing, making it very, very simple. The interface is stripped back. There's no partially completed, no enter value, and no remind me later. It's basically binary. It's either 0 or 1. It's either I've done it or I didn't. It's either yes or no. The philosophy is I have basically 2 tasks: stretch in the morning and drink some water. If you drink 1 glass of water but you didn't get to stretch, well, you still did one thing of your list today, and you should still be proud, so it will still keep the streak alive. You basically didn't hit 0, you're still in the game, and you're good to go tomorrow and try to hit both of them instead of just one. But the idea is, since you don't feel like you've completely lost everything because you didn't stick to any of them, you actually did still do something, you hopefully feel more motivated to hit the second one as well tomorrow. And for me, actually, it has been consistently that. I've actually almost every day hit all my 5 habits that I have right now. Ideally, some of them will then feel very natural to me and I can completely archive them and just stick to the new ones, because the old ones are now in my blood and I don't have to think about them anymore. But here's the real secret. So for me, what makes me stick to this app that I built is for sure the widgets, because they make the whole interaction with this app so frictionless that you really feel like this is no extra work, this is just satisfaction. The only thing you feel is like, okay, I just did it and I'm happy about it because I checked this off the list. I have to be honest, I copied that from an app called Did I Do, which is an iOS app, I think. And I liked how they done it, but I felt like there were some things missing, so I've added a bunch of other ones as well. And so yeah, as mentioned, friction is what really kills your habits. So the easier you can get over whatever it is that is adding the friction, the easier you're just going to complete those habits. If I have to unlock my phone, find the app, go to whatever screen or list this habit is in, and then click on it to complete it, and then fill in how did you feel doing this habit. While doing that, a notification pops up that someone wants something from you and then you completely forgot about it. This is all adding friction to it. My method is really quick. With NeverZero, you don't even open the app, you have it on your screen, you unlock your phone, you tap it, it says yes, you've done it. It gives you a little satisfaction. Those little dots in the bottom show you the progress over the week that you've had, and you get a satisfying timestamp on when you've completed your quest, and then you can go on with doing whatever you want. It just took a second and it keeps your brain wired to success. Then I also added a bunch of other things that I think would be interesting to have. If you do a workout, or if you've done a morning walk, or if you've done your bed in the morning, you can require to take a photo of the habit to complete it. So you only can complete it if you upload the photo. And so what you could do is set it for a workout, for example, and then every time you finish working out, you click on upload a photo or take a photo. You take the photo of you being in the gym, and that way you complete the habit. And not only that, you can also see it then later and look into all the photos that you've taken. And in case of a workout, you could maybe see the progress that you've made, where you now look stronger or whatever compared to the beginning when you started the habit. And in the end, that is way more motivating than just seeing the check marks, which is already motivating in itself. But if you then on top of it can go into all the pictures that you've taken for that habit, I think that adds a lot of value as well. I've been now using it since I've had the first version of it, which was maybe after the first or second week in January. So I already have a couple of completions, I already have a couple of habits that I try to do every day, and that is quite cool to have this there and see how I'm progressing over the start of the year and hopefully throughout the whole year. In previous years I would have probably missed a day, felt like I'm a failure, and then thought, okay, never mind. This week was not a perfect week. This doesn't count, I'll start next week. Then you start next week, you fail again just once, and you feel again like a failure. So you say, okay, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it even next month, or I'll do it in the summer because it's now very cold. You always find an excuse, and I feel like if you see in the app that you actually have a kind of streak still going on because you're not completely at zero, it does boost your confidence and it allows you to just say, I had a bad day today, I still got something done, and tomorrow I'll get everything done. That has worked really well for me. It is really nice for all those people that feel like I haven't done anything in this week. The week has passed by like nothing and what have I done? But then in the end you see those heat maps and you see the more active days, you see the less active days, and you can still feel like, oh, I've done quite some stuff because it's all nice and filled up, all the check marks are there, and you don't need to wonder whether you've done anything. You can just look at it, and that way you can see the physical foundation that you're building, which hopefully translates to feeling better as well about yourself. So in the end, I didn't build this to be a product actually, I just thought it would be nice to have it for myself, but then I realized that it actually feels quite cool. I'm really proud of it, even though it's maybe a bit simple. But I think sometimes simplicity is what we're really missing, and having an app that really feels easy, like no added friction to your day-to-day. This is something that I've been missing, and I hope someone else out there would like to test it out. I would be really happy to see some of you get on this QR code or the link that I left here somewhere or in the description. I'd love to see people download it and give me feedback, tell me what you would be missing and what else we could make out of it. I really would like to make it a polished product and help people to stop hitting zero, just like I've been doing now for the whole month. So if you're tired of apps that feel like a second job rather than something that makes life easier, please just go to the link, just download it for your iOS device. I will bring out an Android version as well, but this just takes a bit longer since I've done it for my own one and it was iOS, so I'll have to do it for Android at one point. No worries. And all I have to say is stop hitting for perfection. Just aim for never zero, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.